Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running. I won't get out of place. When my heart breaks, when my world shakes, I don't play safe. Don't you know about me? I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Even when the tears are flowing, they're diamonds on my face, I still keep the party going, not one hair out of place. Yes, I can. Even when the tears are flowing, they're diamonds on my face. Yes, I can. I still keep the party going, not one hair out of place. Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running. I won't get out of place. When my heart breaks, when my world shakes, I don't play safe. Don't you know about me? I could dance, I could dance, I could dance, dance the night.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Sonder Social. I know some folks are trickling in, and I see a lot of familiar names in the chat, but I see a lot of new folks. So, welcome back to everyone who is returning, and welcome to all folks that are new. I am Malika. I will be leading you through your Sonder Social today. So, we're going to set up our week together. We're going to get all prepped and ready to go. I'm joined by Karen, who will be monitoring the chat. She's popping on to say hi there. She's giving you a big old wave. But she will be kind of manning the chat, making sure to answer any questions you might have. So let us know if you have any questions throughout the social. Before we get started, make sure to double check, triple check that your chat is set to everyone. Sometimes Zoom automatically defaults to setting chat to hosts and panelists. And while Karen and I love reading your messages, make sure to set that to everyone so that everyone can also see all the stuff that you're sharing. And that is kind of the way we all interact with each other throughout the social for those folks that are new. Um, and we will go ahead and get started. The weekly setup socials are very popular. It goes by really fast. There's a lot of folks online, which is amazing because we get such juicy ideas from each and every one of you. So I hope that it is going to be a very great experience for you for this next hour. And we will first walk through some of the community guidelines. So just a reminder, be kind and courteous to yourself and others. No promotions or spam. Respect everyone's privacy. Limit no hate speech or bullying. Limit product and accessory questions, and any customer care inquiries can be sent to the HQ team at hello@silkandsolder.com. And then just remember that these Sonder socials are a way for all of us to really connect with each other and get the most out of our journals. And I love these Sonder socials. It's a great way to connect with each other and just kind of get a lot of ideas. I feel like I learned so much from each and every one of you. So I'm excited to have you all here with us. And we'll start off by talking about this month's theme of Thrive. I saw in the chat a lot of folks maybe didn't have a great month of May or didn't use the journal as much. The beauty is now we get to start fresh. June is actually my birthday month, so I'm extra excited about this month. And I love this month's theme. I feel like Thrive is such a fun way to start the summer, kick off the new season. And I feel like I truly resonate with this month's theme. And I always like to read the letter of on page 2 when I think about this month's theme. So this month's theme, I'm just going to paraphrase from the letter that Meha wrote. So this month's theme of Thrive calls for a chance to cultivate our inner strength and unleash our full potential in our personal, professional, and social lives. But what does it mean to thrive exactly? So I really, and she kind of goes into kind of what thrive means to her. But when we think about thrive, we know that it looks different for everyone. And it's really when we live with purpose and joy and really being able to cherish the present moment. And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I've lost my voice a little bit, but I spent this weekend, I took a spontaneous trip to LA this weekend to see some of my girlfriends and that I really missed. And it was really fun. And I felt like I was truly thriving and living in the present moment. And it was such a fun weekend. So I'm trying to do things that really make me feel like I'm thriving. So keep that in mind for this month and see how you can kind of build in thrive or thriving in your day to day. I will walk us through the agenda. The agenda will start off with the Thrive mind map, and this is the first week of June. So we're going to kick off our mind map together, which is great. Then we'll move into Rosebud Thorn. Then we'll start working on our weekly setup pages. So for the Thrive mind map, we're going to turn to a blank page. For folks who are new, for each weekly setup, the way the Thrive mind map works, the mind map works is we set up a mind map that is associated with this month's theme. And for each weekly setup social, we focus on a different focus area for the mind map. And for those of you who are returning, you're very familiar with this mind map exercise. So turn to a blank page or an empty page in your notebook, in your journal, or if you want to do this on a separate piece of paper, by all means, go ahead and do that. And we will kind of focus on the first domain for this week. And we will link kind of different focus areas to this month's theme of Thrive. And just remember, like thinking of thriving as a vibrant combination of happiness, accomplishment, and continuous learning. So, we will first focus on the first domain, which is well-being for this week. So, you can always put like thrive in the middle and then have like a little section for week 1. You'll have 4 sections eventually if you keep coming to the weekly setups. But for the first section, we'll focus on well-being. So, this encompasses physical and mental health, and it involves taking care of your body through healthy eating, exercise, and enough sleep. It also involves managing stress, nurturing positive emotions, and having a sense of purpose. I love tying it back to kind of that letter that we paraphrased earlier. So, having a sense of purpose. And I love kind of starting off with well being. I think when we think of wellness, I think we're already doing the first step by putting ourselves forward, like kind of at the forefront and taking this hour to set up our week. That's already kind of making sure you're prepped and ready to go. You are all clearly invested in yourself because you are all journaling and using this journal. So that's also part of your well being. You already have something to include, but think about other areas in life that you want to kind of focus to help provide mental clarity, or maybe you're feeling a little sluggish, or maybe you're feeling a little exhausted at the end of the day. How can we implement things in our day to day to help us feel a little bit more energy or kind of a little bit more positive just day to day? So for me, I know for my well-being, I'm pretty terrible at hydration. I think I tend to get really busy and I drink a lot of iced coffee or coffee and good with those. And I drink water when I'm having my meals, but dated like in between meals, I'm pretty bad at hydration, and with the sun, I definitely get dehydrated. So, hydration is definitely key for my well being, and also kind of creating a sleep structure and making sure I'm sleeping regularly, having good quality sleep, and also just going for a lot of walks. And that definitely helps with my well being. So, I'll give you all some time to think about how you will thrive in your well being. And we will regroup in a few minutes. All right. Thank you all for sharing kind of what you've included in your mind map. There's so many great ways to kind of contribute to our well-being and make sure we're thriving. So we will now move on to Rosebud Thorn. So for this Rosebud Thorn, we will be on page, let me see. Okay. It'll be on page 30 for this week's Rosebud Thorn. And for those of you who have done Rosebud Thorn, it is kind of a great way to reflect on the week. And it is a great way to figure out what went well, what didn't go so well, what served as a challenge, and something that you're looking forward to, or an opportunity or something on the horizon. So already briefly mentioned this, but my rose for this week was booking my flight kind of very last minute to LA for the weekend to hang out with my friends who I hadn't seen in a long time. And it was just a really fun weekend. My bud is I'm feeling like my true self. And I haven't felt this way in a long time. And I'm really excited for all the new opportunities that will come my way. Wherever life takes me, I'm really excited. I feel like I'm in a state of transition, but it's always kind of fun and exciting to kind of expect the unexpected, basically. So I'm choosing to stay positive and really happy about it. And my thorn is, I think, during this time, I definitely need to be cutting back on expenses and budgeting for myself. And I usually never do, and I am not used to it, and I struggle with that. So I definitely need to figure out how to set limits for my spending, so that I don't feel like my bank account is getting drained. So that is my rosebud thorn. And I will give you all a few minutes to identify a highlight, an opportunity that's coming your way, and a challenge that you're faced with. And go ahead and share in the chat if you feel inclined to share. All right. Thank you all for sharing your rosebud thorn. I think it's such a fun way to kind of get a glimpse of our lives. All of our lives are so different, but it's fun to take inventory of what's going well, what we kind of need, what we're struggling with, and what we're looking forward to. It's kind of a fun little snapshot of kind of taking inventory of where we need to kind of focus our attention and celebrate. All right, so now we'll move on to what you all came here for, which is the weekly setup. So go ahead, turn to page, I guess it's what, 32? Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at numbered pages. Okay. Yep, 32. I was correct. Turn to page 32. And we will start off with the first box at the very top, which is this week I want to feel. So here are some words to help get those juices flowing. If you cannot think of a word on how you want to feel and what that intention is. And once you've figured out what that word is for you, go ahead and type it in the chat. I would love to kind of see what that is for you. And just remember, it doesn't have to be one word. It can also be a phrase. It can be kind of your intention. So think about what that is for you. So I'll keep this up. I already see the chat kind of coming alive. So we are seeing a lot of thriving. We're seeing rejuvenated, energetic, grounded, and connected. Celebrating myself all week long because it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Jamie. And serene as a sloth. I love that. Present, alive, feel proud of my choices, proud of myself, in flow, happy, fierce, embracing joy, energized, worthy, positive, focused, accomplished, prepared, summer minded. I love it. These are all such wonderful, wonderful intentions for the just for your week. I think it's fun. We're all kind of leaning into the thrive, I think, a little bit, which is fun. So I definitely love all the energy that we're having this month or this week. All right. We will now move on to the weekly major three goals. So now that we've figured out what that feeling is, we'll now focus on our three goals. So, here are some examples of major goals. So it can either align with how you want to feel that week. That feeling could be it could be kind of like a jumpstart of how you want to tailor your goals, but it could also just be three goals that are top of mind that you really want to accomplish for this week. So think about what those goals are. Maybe you want to look at the goals that you had last week and see if there's any goals that you weren't able to kind of cross off and you want to reuse them for this week. You can really kind of structure it however you'd like to. Or maybe you have a personal challenge for the week. Maybe you were inspired by kind of focusing on thriving in your well-being, that you want to focus on three goals that will contribute to kind of what we did in our intro activity. So think about kind of what that is for you, and what those three goals are. And I will give you all some time to figure out what those three goals are, and then we'll move on to the to-do section next. All right, let's all move on to the next section, which is the weekly to-dos, which is the box to the left. And I'll walk us through a couple different ways to set this up. Of course, you can set this up as like a bulleted list of to-dos that you have. You can also categorize them. So you'll see my example on the right, on the upper right. That is just a way to kind of section off the different areas of my life, of my to-dos. And then you can also use this matrix. So this is the Eisenhower matrix, and it helps us prioritize what's urgent and what's important so that we can figure out what we need to do, decide, delegate, and delete. So an example of something that would go in the delete column is um, going on TikTok during the workday, or going on TikTok for like 30 minutes instead of, an hour, or something like that. Or delegate, maybe there's some just that things that you can hand off to either people in your life or people that support you to get some chores done. Maybe there's some decisions that you need to make, and then there's actually your to-dos that are high priority that will sit in that top left box. So that is an approach to set up your to-do list. And then we also have this concept of the need, want, hope to-do list. So the need, want, and hope to-do list is a great way to kind of prioritize what you want to wish for. If there's something that you are feeling like there's a lot of things that you want, maybe kind of putting that in there in this structure would help, even if they're not like super, super important. And then the needs are the things that you actually want to get done. And then also some other options. You can use this section for your morning and evening routine. You can use a way, you can kind of make it like a board game, like a bingo board, and set up kind of a grid format. And then as you finish to-dos, you can kind of cover it with a sticker or cross it off with a pen or a colored marker. That's a fun way to do it. And then we also have this concept of the to-do to-do list. So basically the to-do section is as you go through your week, and you were doing things that were challenging, you kind of give yourself that space to write it in so that you can acknowledge that you did something challenging and you got it done. And it kind of reinforces almost like that gold star effect that you got when you were a kid, that we tend to lose as we grow up. So giving ourselves credit for when we do something challenging or difficult throughout the week is kind of our little ta-da. So I will give you all some time to set up your to-do list, and then we'll move it to our habit and activity section next. right. Now that we've kind of figured out our to-dos for the week, we'll now move on to the habit slash activity section. So here are some examples of habit and activity trackers. So I love this example on the upper left. Um, if you feel like you don't want to track any habits, you're feeling like you're in summer mode, go ahead. You can always skip this section. I love that option. But I also love all these other examples as well. So think about kind of what habits you want to track for this week. Maybe you want to kind of focus on your physical health. This is kind of where I put a lot of my physical health goals. So making sure I am getting enough sleep or making sure I'm going outside, making sure I am working out, doing my workouts that I want to prioritize. I love this example in the middle there that kind of uses this bubble to actually carve out some metrics. So they were monitoring their weight. So they were kind of putting in their weight each day. They're also tracking kind of their fruit and veggie intake. They're also tracking their no alcohol intake. And if they are drinking, what do they drink? All those things to kind of help provide a little bit more information. And then for the goal section, there are times where I keep this blank. But there's also times where I fill this out. It's really up to you. So think about kind of what serves you best. And I also love to say this as a disclaimer to everyone. Make sure that you give yourself some grace. Your goal is not to have every bubble filled out. We are human. Life is unpredictable, and it's okay to not fill it out for that day. And just remember that it's all about doing your best and really kind of just making sure that we are taking care of ourselves. So whatever that is for you, make sure that you keep that in mind, and to not be hard on yourselves. And remember that it's all about just kind of going through your week. And I love also kind of for this section, say you want to switch up your night routine or your morning routine. I love kind of maybe outlining some steps or some things that you want to do for your morning or evening routine in this section because it's almost like a checklist. And it's kind of fun to kind of have that kind of spelled out if you want to switch it up a little bit. So I'll give you all some time to write out your habit and activities, and then we'll move on to the next page. right. Okay. So now we've done our habit and activity section. We'll now move on to the meal plan. So these next few sections are sections that get repurposed a lot. So I will walk through the intended purpose, and then we can obviously walk through some of the other examples as well. So for the meal plan, you can of course use it for meal prepping if that's what you, sorry, if that's what you kind of use it for typically, or you could use this as a place for a food log. So think about kind of how you would love to use a section. I switch it up once in a while. Sometimes I put my affirmations in the section. Sometimes I use a section for like a reflection section. I give it like a little brief one sentence summary of how my day went to really check in with myself almost as like a routine when I journal. You can also use this section for the 7 types of rest. You can use this section for the like a chore chart. So maybe you have to clean the whole house, but kind of breaking it up zone by zone for each day makes it less daunting and makes it more like easier to accomplish, so that you don't have to dedicate like 3 hours. Maybe you dedicate like 30 minutes a day. You can also use a section. Maybe you are going on vacation now that it's summertime and you want to look cute for your vacation and you want to plan out your outfits based on your itinerary. I think this is a great section if you're a fashionista and just want to plan out your outfits for each day. That's a great way to do it. And also, if you have a lot of appointments, maybe you have some doctor's appointments, maybe you have some um just beauty appointments, whatever it may be, you can kind of put that in this section as well, so it's kind of all in one place, top of mind, so you don't forget. So there's a lot of different ways to set this up, so I'll give you all some time to set up your meal plans, and then we'll regroup for the mind body health plan next. right. Well, now move on to the mind body health plan. So here are a few different examples for you to get some inspiration. I know we talked about our well-being in the beginning, so this is a great place if you want to structure your mind body health plan to help contribute to kind of our the way we're going to thrive in our well-being. This is a great place. And just remember that the mind body health plan doesn't have to be just one aspect of health, right? And wellness. So for me, typically I put my workouts here, but of course it doesn't have to just be workouts. It can also be what's going to help you feel energized and what's going to make you feel kind of just making sure that you are getting through your week, maybe like a little treat, however that treat looks for you. So maybe it's a hot beverage. Well, with the warm months, probably a cold beverage now, or like an iced tea or an iced coffee, or maybe it is kind of going to like a spa or getting a facial, or maybe it's even just kind of reading a book. Maybe it's spending some time outside. Maybe it's reaching out or writing a card to a friend. Maybe it is just doing your nails at home or doing an at home face mask. Think about what that is for you to feel like you are kind of filling your cup, is kind of how I like to structure this section. So I will give you all some time and I'll also walk us through kind of the shopping list as well. So for the shopping list, which is the box underneath, um, this is a section where you can kind of focus on um, anything. It's really a blank box. A lot of people repurpose this section, but say you have a lot of things that you need to prep for. Maybe there's a vacation coming up or groceries that you need to do. You can definitely use this as a shopping list for that. You can put it in here, but there's so many other creative ways that you can use this section. You can maybe use this as a bingo board. Maybe you want to set your intentions for the week. You can put a fun sticker or quote that really resonates with you, that maybe ties in with your feeling of how you want to feel. You can also use this place to maybe track. I love this calm scale. So just kind of figuring out what kind of level of calm you are. Maybe that's kind of how you want to feel for the week, and kind of monitoring your levels each day. And then maybe you can use this section for outlining some chores or things you need to focus on. So there's a lot of fun ways to repurpose the shopping list section as well. So I will give you all some time to fill out your mind body health plan. Oops, there we go. Your mind body health plan. And then I will also give you some time to set up your shopping list, and then we'll close out together before we wrap. I know this hour goes by so fast for the I am loving section before we wrap. All right. We're nearing the end of our social. So I want us to kind of focus on that last box and think about what you're loving. So maybe it's something that was your rose this week, or maybe it's something that you kind of been you've had happen to you during this weekend. Think about what you are currently loving and write that down. And now we will ask you to share your pages into Sonder Club. So Karen already popped in some links for you in the chat. Make sure to download the app if you haven't already and share your weekly pages with us. In that inspiration section is where you'll take those pictures and pop them in. And make sure to kind of keep us in the loop. Let us know if you love the social and kind of fill out that feedback survey. Make sure if you have any friends that would love Silk and Sonder and love journaling to check it out and take advantage of that referral program. Also, if you are not on the annual subscription, make sure to check out whether an annual subscription makes sense for you. There's a ton of perks included with the annual, and you'll save a ton of money just if you dedicate kind of a full year. And I'm a longtime subscriber of Silk and Sonder. I love it so much. So definitely make sure to check that out if that serves you. And then also, Karen also dropped our YouTube link in the chat. I will also this you can scan this with your phone to get the Spotify link, but I will also drop this in the chat. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Here we go. That is a link to my Spotify playlist. Thank you all so much for spending this hour with me. It flew by. I had such a fun time. So thank you so much. I hope to see you at my next one. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Sun's up.